I'm Liam.
I'm Kaelen.
And I'm Matthew.
And this is Chemistry Jeopardy!
And I'm your host, Jordan Patsula.
I'll take properties for 100.
789 grams per liter.
What is the density of ethanol?
I'll take reactions for 300.
Function of yeast.
What is the metabolization of sugar in the absence of oxygen to form ethanol and carbon dioxide?
That question was the yeast of his worries.
I'll take impact 200.
Using coal, gas, and an acid catalyst to become the first person to produce ethanol synthetically.
Who is Michael Faraday?
I'll take properties for 200.
75.8 degrees Celsius or 351.65 Kelvin.
What is the boiling point of ethanol?
Bravo.
I'll take reactions for 400.
Primary generation biofuel.
What is ethanol produced from starches, sugars, and vegetable oils?
I'll take impact for 300.
During the Roaring Twenties and World War II, these were in high demand for vehicles as alternative fuels.
What were the historical importances for ethanol blends?
I'll take properties for 300.
Is the described odor of ethanol.
What is pungent and reminiscent of whiskey?
I'll take reactions for 100.
With 1 mole of ethanol, how many moles of oxygen gas must be used in a complete combustion reaction to form 3 moles of liquid water?
3 moles of oxygen.
I will take impact for 400.
After discovering distillation, ethanol was sold overseas between the 15th and 18th century, known as the Age of Exploration.
When did ethanol become a popular trade for sailors?
Oof, that was a great answer. I'm not sure if I would have got that.
I'll take properties for 400.
Known to cause cancer in the mouth and liver.
What is ethanol containing beverages?
I'll take reactions for 200.
Ethanol and carboxylic acid combine to form ethyl ester.
What is esterification?
Wow, with an answer like that, he really has his eye on the prize.
Let's do impact for 100.
Henry Ford's Model T.
Whose car was powered by ethanol in 1908?
Welcome to a segment called Antonio's Pit Crew. With Antonio's Pit Crew, we use E85 fuel, which means 51 to 85% ethanol is mixed in with the normal gasoline. Now you might wonder, how does a car run on ethanol? Well, it's actually a really efficient fuel source that leads to more torque, but about 1/3 less power than normal gasoline. It burns cleaner and it burns better than just normal gasoline. Now this is absolutely perfect for race cars. Now with a fuel to provide some more torque and horsepower, and it burns cleaner than gasoline, there has to be some drawbacks. And yes, there is. It offers 1/3 less power than gasoline, so you might get less miles, but on a racetrack, that doesn't matter. Now another disadvantage of these ethanol-based fuels is that they can absorb moisture from the air a lot easier than just normal gasoline. Now, if it's sitting in your engine for a long time, over like a winter or something, the water and the ethanol can easily separate in your engine, leading to huge amounts of water in your engine, which can lead to corrosion. Another drawback of ethanol is it can decrease the lubricating agents inside of the engine. So, both these factors combined can lead to corrosion in the engine. But in such a high-performance car, with a solid engine that's using up the fuel right away, it's the perfect mix to power your winning car.
I'll take structure for 300.
Dimethyl ether.
What other organic compound shares the same molecular formula?
take structure for 100.
CH3CH2OH.
What is the molecular formula for ethanol?
Structure 200.
46.07 grams per mole.
What is the molar mass of ethanol?
Structure for 400.
Hydroxyl group.
Oh. What is the functional group that makes ethanol an alcohol?
Wow, that's a great answer.
Ethanol is one of the most impactful organic compounds in history. It has found its way into many aspects of humans' lives. It is theorized that it was discovered by mistake, by leaving some malted grains out near some plants that attracted yeast. Since then, ethanol has found its way into society. It has been used as a luxury and even found itself into religion. Christianity uses it as a holy object, but Islam has banned it from its followers. Ethanol has been extremely influential throughout its history, but it has played a major role in the 20th and 21st century.
During the turn of the century, Henry Ford had introduced the assembly line to make the automobile available to the working family. Gasoline was the main fuel that powered the first cars off the production line. Although Henry Ford's famous Model T wasn't designed to run on alternative fuels such as ethanol, some sources believe that Ford's push for ethanol fuel was because of the start of Prohibition. According to an article in Hemmings, Dan Treese, a technical editor for the Model T Ford Club, told New York Times, "We are able to get 15% more power than with the present gasoline, although the mileage covered was not quite so high. However, that is a matter of consumption which can be adjusted and regulated." At the time, this discovery was extraordinary, and Ford wanted to increase its use of products such as ethanol, which he did in the years to come. In today's modern world of fuel, E85 is the primary ethanol blend used in most performance vehicles. Small amounts of ethanol can also be found at gas station pumps, typically with a concentration of around 10%.
Later on in the 1920s, alcohol had become so popular that the US government had to ban alcohol because people were drinking at work and had become idle because of it. During this time, common people had started to explore the production of ethanol and had started to make their own moonshine. An alternative to homemade alcohol, people such as Al Capone and the Kennedy family had started to import alcoholic products from other countries and had started to become rich. Even with laws in place, people still found a way to buy, sell, and consume ethanol. Nowadays, with the amount of climate change occurring, ethanol has been looked at as a solution to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and pollutants. One of the main contributors is that ethanol is produced from biomass, such as corn and wheat. Furthermore, it is a biodegradable substance and it is renewable to an extent.
Ethanol-based hand sanitizer was said to be invented in 1966 in Bakersfield, California by a nursing student named Lupe Hernandez. It was said that she had realized that hand sanitizer in gel form would have been very useful in situations where soap and warm water were not readily available. However, this was a story published by a British newspaper in 2012, and when was investigated by other journalists, the earliest patent for anything resembling modern hand sanitizer was found to be invented or patented in 1946 by Jerry and Goldie Lippmann, who had come up with the idea for waterless hand cleaner. In 2002, the CDC had revised its hygiene guidelines and where they admitted the efficacy of alcohol-based hand sanitizing products. Because of this, hand sanitizer sales increased dramatically and became more popular in regular use. In recent years, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the use of sanitizing products containing ethanol, such as hand sanitizer, has increased dramatically. This substantial increase in demand has led to many things, some good and bad, such as professional breweries and distilleries helping to create the needed sanitizing products. At the same time, many people of the more criminal mindset had thought of the idea to use hand sanitizers to create bootleg alcoholic beverages, which had unfortunately led to people's death.
Number 1 primary alcohol, yeah, ethanol, we about to get down. 46 grams per mole right now, hydroxyl group on a carbon chain.
Many uses for ethanol. Cleaning drinks, flex fuel, y'all. 2C6H and an O. Molar structure for ethyl alcohol.
Take me to your chem lab, I want to ferment heat. The hydrolysis of esters
gives us ethanol. I really want to learn more about you.
We can be like Mike Faraday, Mike Faraday. Ethanol.